Number 3, I'm going all AFC West to fill out 5, 4, and 3. I'm going with the Las Vegas Raiders to win the division right now.
Welcome to Raider Talks. I am your host, Art Navarrete, here alongside Nick Ibarra. Yesterday, Rich Eisen, probably the NFL's biggest analyst, made a top 5 AFC teams ranking.
Yeah.
He had the Raiders at 3, and we feel that the Raiders are finally getting the love they deserve. How do you feel about that 3 ranking?
You know, that's the first one. You know, we've made all of our moves. We did everything, and everybody said, "Oh, well, it's Herbert and the Chargers," or another one. It's going to be Russell Wilson in the Broncos. Rich Eisen, very good football mind. You know, he's been
Probably the biggest football mind I think in the NFL.
And you know, he comes out and he says, "Call me crazy, but I got the Raiders in first place this year." You know, they are the most improved team, you know, in the West. And you know, I get him ranking the Bills and, you know, Bengals ahead of us. You know, Bengals went to the Super Bowl, and, you know, Bills have a lot going for them this year. But I think I was hearing the video, and it's true. You go get Carr's best friend. You know, you got Carr, you got Devontae. You know, Josh Jacobs is due for a big year this year. You know, you still got Waller, you still got Renfro,
Kenyon Drake, which Eisen talked about late in the video, and Eisen was just like, "Man, Kenyon Drake,
yeah,
that's a badass running back as well," and they still have him.
Running back, can catch out of the backfield. You can do anything with him. It's just, you know, Chiefs got Khalil and J.C. Jackson. All right, that's cool. You know, Broncos only got, you know, Russell Wilson and Randy Gregory.
Yeah.
You know, Chiefs lost Tyreek Hill.
Yep.
You know, and we sit there, and I saw like a little sheet of our additions and subtractions, and, you know, we lost Zay Jones, but we got Devontae.
Yep.
You know, we lost Casey Hayward, but we got Ruckusin and Anthony Averett.
Yep.
You know, and, you know, it's just we weeded out, but got better and got stronger.
Yep.
And I you know, Raider fan or not, I think we're the number 1 team in the AFC West right now. But, you know, that's all on paper. We got to go out and we got to show what we're all about. But right now, we are the favorites.
It's just really good to see that we're getting the love we deserve. And for a NFL mind like Rich Eisen, who is not a biased analyst, which makes him one of the best.
Yeah.
And, there's a lot of analysts that are biased. And not even just about the Raiders, but just about a bunch of different teams.
Oh, yeah.
And Rich Eisen's one of those guys that's very honest. And whatever he sees, he's going to say.
Oh, yeah.
So it's good to hear from him. I think last year he's been hyping up the Raiders. And we made the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
He's been hyping us up. And he sees what we're building in Vegas. And it's good to see that. And the top 5 list, you have the Chiefs at 5.
Yeah.
Chargers at 4. Las Vegas Raiders at 3.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have the Bengals at 2 and the Bills at 1, understandably. And that's probably one of the better AFC top 5 lists I've seen right now. And Rich Eisen, he put the Raiders in the 3 spot. And that's very fair with all the moves we made. All the moves the other teams made, he mentioned those.
Mm-hmm.
But our moves have been better, bigger and better.
Because I think we were a playoff team last year, and then we just improved and grew from that. You know,
I think we improved in every area
because
we improved in general manager.
Mm-hmm.
We improved at head coach.
Yes,
we improved in coaching in general.
Yeah,
we improved at the wide receiver position.
Mm-hmm.
I think we improved at the cornerback position.
Yeah,
right. We improved at the defensive end position. You know what I mean? Like, we're that team.
Like, you're a playoff team, and I know what happened last year, you know, with the whole Gruden situation, you know, and then we got our interim, you know, head coach. So whoever was going to come in with a playoff team. No matter how you wanted to say it, no matter how you wanted to do it, we're going to come in with a playoff team. You know, we were lucky enough to get Ziegler first, and then he said, "Hey, I can bring in McDaniels," which McDaniels was very picky on where he was going, what
For the
he was
last
doing.
couple years.
Seemed like he was just very comfortable being an OC under Bill Belichick, and hey, I can do this for the rest of my coaching career, and that's it. And he finally comes here, an offensive guru, and they both build something special. When do you go get the best wide receiver still in his prime in the NFL? Like, you don't do that
often.
And if you do that, you go trade a whole bunch of picks like Miami did for Tyreek Hill.
Yeah.
But we didn't. We just traded a 1 and a 2, and we are not going to get nowhere near that value in these next 4 years with those 2 picks that we're hoping we're going to get with Devontae Adams.
Yep.
With these next, guaranteed at least 3 years.
Yeah.
You go do that move. You go upgrade at defensive end and go get Chandler Jones. Like, that came out of nowhere.
Yeah, that was a good one.
We were sitting here thinking, like, what are the Raiders doing? Like, you're creating cap space. Like, what are we doing here? You can't just save money. What are we doing? First comes out Chandler Jones. Like, oh, okay, we see what we're doing. I didn't even know that was an option, but okay, cool. Yep. And then, Devontae comes out a couple days later, and I'm like, okay, yeah, we knew that. We kind of knew that something was going on. You go do that. You go bring in Rock Ya-Sin. You go bring in Averett, and you go bring in some just depth and help from everywhere, and we improved a lot.
Yeah, and I love that when Rich Eisen ranked all these teams, that he really put into consideration that Josh McDaniels is our head coach.
Yeah.
And he's an offensive mind. And he mentioned that it's an offensive mind that Derek Carr has never had. Derek Carr has never had the creativity of a Josh McDaniels. Maybe 1 year he did in 2016.
Yeah.
But that was it. That was it. And I think this is just a huge upgrade getting Josh McDaniels just for the offensive end of things. For Derek Carr, he can finally have a creative offense. Yeah. An offense that we're doing a lot of crisscrossing, a lot of trick plays, a lot of different things, because our offense the last couple of years have been very predictable. Yeah. I mean, as fans, we know what the Raiders are going to run. Pretty much every play, we know what the Raiders are going to run, about how they're setting up.
Yeah.
And imagine the defenses. They already know. And we're just fans, and we know that. So now Derek Carr's in an offense where it's going to be very unpredictable, and he's just going to get way more opportunities than he has gotten the last couple of years.
And I think you're going to get better use and better production out of guys like Waller, Devontae, Renfro, Jacobs. He's going to know how to use them. He's going to have something for everybody.
We're finally going to see these star players wide open.
Yes.
Things that we don't see often.
Yes.
We're going to see these star players wide open because of our offense.
Oh yeah, this could look like, an offense 1 week, or like, oh my God, this, and we come out a different week and look different, but it's a good thing. Yeah. Just like I think Chandler Jones said it. That's how blowouts happen, but on the defensive end.
Yeah.
We're gonna come out the first 2 weeks, we can play this way, and come out the next couple weeks, hey, we're gonna play this way. Like, hey, we didn't see that on tape.
Yep.
And I think it goes for both sides. Like, hey, we didn't see Devontae go do that. You can do that, or I didn't know they had Waller here or there.
And it's not even about all the star players. No. It's about who are those undercover guys that maybe are going to get drafted later in the rounds. Who are those undercover guys that we kind of signed to 1 year deals, veterans minimum? Yeah. Who are those guys? And who are those youngsters that we're signing to minimum?
And with this offense, you can have guys like Brian Edwards have a big year, Foster Moreau have a big year. Just in case you want to go put 2 or 3 guys on Waller or on Devontae, or, Renfro has made a name for himself now. He's going to get double like we've seen the last 4 or 5 weeks of last season. And it's someone's going to have a big game. In 17 games that Raiders are going to play, someone's going to have a big game, maybe 2 or 3 players, and it's just going to be exciting. And to be honest with you, I think we have, if not the top offense right now, at least a top 3 offense in the league.
Oh, yeah, for sure, 100%. And, there's a lot of good offenses in the league, but there's not a lot of teams with the firepower that we have. And a coach makes a big difference in all this. I mean, you got the Chiefs with Andy Reid. That just makes it the great offense because Andy Reid's so good. You got Belichick with the Patriots. I mean, Belichick's more of a defensive guy, isn't he?
I would think
he's more of a defensive guy, but every year they're usually pretty creative. They had Mac Jones last year, but we took their guy. We took Josh McDaniels. We took their offensive coordinator. And a lot of these young coaches, actually, Sean McVay has a pretty good offense set in place over there in Los Angeles. But man, the Raiders are up there when it comes to offenses, and I think they might be up there when it comes to defenses as well. It's hard to get all these players on the edge, or all these players on the defensive line that could put that much pressure on the quarterback, and we have two guys that are legit.
Exactly, and I think, and Rich Eisen said it. I'm gonna steal his little quote. The key to winning the West, you got to score points and you got to get after the quarterback. These quarterbacks are really good. I don't care how you rank them, how you do them. We're in a loaded quarterback.
There's
AFC
no sugar.
West.
There's no sugarcoating it.
We got Mahomes who can run around. We got Herbert who's young and can run around. Russell Wilson. I think you saw these past couple of years, little declining. With the mobility, but he can still run around.
And I mean, you can't just the competitive spirit of Russell Wilson.
Oh yeah,
you know what I mean. He's
legit. You're gonna have Mad Max on one side, Chandler Jones on the other side. You literally put 100 sacks on the opposite side of Max Crosby, and Max Crosby's on the up right now. Like it's crazy of what we have.
Yeah, you're with these two guys alone, and not even considering anybody else. You're gonna make Mahomes, Herbert, and Russell Wilson very uncomfortable.
Oh yeah,
very uncomfortable. And you saw when Herbert was uncomfortable in that game, the last game of the year.
Max was all over him.
Yeah, he was uncomfortable. Mm-hmm. And obviously, he's just an elite player, so he made some great plays. But he was uncomfortable, and that changed the dynamic of some games.
Oh yeah,
and changed the dynamic of some plays in that last game of the year when Casey Hayward ended up getting a pick. Mm-hmm. And I mean, this is going to be deadly. It's going to be deadly on defense, and I mean, people are overlooking our defense too.
Oh yeah, I think we had we had a good middle of the pack defense last year. And then some of the late play and just we gave it too many yards. I think that's what watered it down.
Yeah,
but we still played good, and defense really held it down the last 4 or 5 weeks.
Well, if the defense never had those two terrible games against the Chiefs, I think our stats are pretty good.
Mm-hmm. Or in a fourth quarter blowout, turnovers. And they're just scoring just like that.
Yeah.
I know there was a couple games last year.
Yeah, like a couple games where the offense might have not helped the defense.
Yeah, but I mean, other than that, I thought we had an all right defense last year, and you come in and you improve that. It's scary. It's really scary.
Yeah, it's gonna be pretty fun. So I'm glad to see us getting some love. I mean, the power rankings top 5 for Rich Eisen, and he puts the Bills at the 1 spot. Going to this season, how do you feel about the Bills? We're probably going to be playing them in the playoffs if we make it. Josh Allen, that offense.
Yeah, no, Josh Allen's unbelievable. That offense is just really good. I think they were a stop away from going to the title game and stopping the Chiefs.
There were 14 seconds. 14 seconds. Just needed 1 stop away.
They're the ones that you really look at, and they're always there. They've got their couple heartbreaks, and they're ready. They're ready to go.
Yeah, they're a team that's going to be hungry going to next year, and I think they definitely deserve that number 1 spot in the power rankings.
I think right now in the AFC, I think they're the favorites. You know, I think the AFC East has a new king, and I think they're there to stay for a while.
Yeah,
with him, Stephon Diggs. In that group.
Don't get me wrong, though. I think me and you feel the same way. Although we do feel that the Bills are number 1 right now. We feel the Raiders are better, but they're just going to have to go prove it.
Oh, I mean, it's a close race. Everybody's in a little tight circle.
Yeah, but it's about going to prove it.
Oh, yeah. All these teams have got to prove it.
Yeah, so we feel that the Raiders are the best team, but we're going to go prove it. But we're just glad to see some love. And throwing us into consideration at top 5 is just honestly pretty cool. It's no one's giving us that. No one's giving us anything. Everyone's saying we're going to be last in the division. The Broncos, Chiefs, Chargers division. They're going to be fighting for it. Raiders are going to be looking up at them. But
there was one. There was like Raiders better win out of the division to make the playoffs because they're not going to win in division. Like really, like come on, like the division games are really good.
It don't matter. It don't matter if the Super Bowl contender is on in our division.
Yeah.
Or the Super Bowl team won it last year in our division. Division games are usually pretty close. It don't matter. It don't matter if it's a Raider team that's 0-12, right? Against the Chiefs that one year.
Yeah.
Or a Chiefs team that's 12-0. If they're playing, it's going to be a great game. But obviously last year we struggled against the Chiefs. a lot has to do with coaching, I think.
Oh yeah.
But this year it's going to be for the Raiders in all these division games. It's going to be 6 great games, 6 amazing games, and I wouldn't be surprised to see an AFC West matchup or AFC West team on primetime every week.
Oh yeah, yeah, and just with this West, Chiefs took a little step down. Everybody took a couple steps forward.
And that doesn't mean the Chiefs are down there either.
Because, the Chiefs have been in the title game these last 3 or 4 years.
Everyone starts the season 0-0, and then we'll see where it goes.
Chiefs have been in the title game these last 3 or 4 years. They've been the king of the West, and everything has been through them.
Yep.
You still got to, if you want it, you got to go take it from them. It's still theirs, so I would understand if people say, hey, it's still the Chiefs division. Well, yeah, I mean, they won the division these last 4 or 5 years, whatever it is, and but we want it. We want to go take it.
Yeah, it's pretty exciting. Everything's coming at us pretty fast here. The draft is coming soon.
Yeah.
They're already out practicing right now as we speak for this week. And man, it's coming out fast. And a lot of power rankings came out earlier. Now more are coming out. Rich Eisen comes out with a very good one that Raider fans are going to like. But yeah, everything's going to come really quick. It's going to be a draft just like that. We're going to get some new players, and we're working out again. And boom, preseason. So.
Yeah, and we had the voluntary camp.
Yeah,
98% showed up.
Yep.
Cards pitcher. It was pitch black dark outside.
Yep.
Showed up early in the morning. Devontae was there. Josh Jacobs was there. Darren Waller was there.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people thought he might get traded or his contract situation. So for him just to show up, it's a good sign.
Who?
Darren Waller.
Oh, Waller. Okay, yeah.
So
yeah, this is gonna be it's gonna be exciting. I'm very pumped up. I know you're pumped up. Man, this is gonna be fun. It's all, like I said, it's all coming fast, and just as soon as we know it's gonna be regular season, and it's time to go.
Yeah,
time to get after it with all these new players and new quarterback with a contract extension, playing very comfortably. It's gonna be fun.
Yeah, you look at it right now. It's 5 months until week 1, but it's just everything's fast.
Yeah.
Right now it's a voluntary. Then you got another voluntary one. Then we got the draft.
Mm-hmm.
Then you got mini camps, and then mandatory camps and everything. And then all of a sudden, we're watching NFL Network for training camp and everything. So it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be exciting. Hopefully these next 5 months go by fast, because I'm ready for week 1. I'm ready to go prove some people wrong.
Yeah, they are going to come by fast. I mean, we got the draft soon. That's going to be very fun. Going to be interesting now that Dave Ziegler and Josh McDaniels are up there. And, I mean, we might make a splash in that draft, so don't have the television on is what I got to say on the draft night.
Television on, Twitter on.
Yeah, make sure you're looking at your phone, because you never know what happens. That being said, Raiders number 3. And we love that. We're just going to keep moving up, hopefully. We'll see you guys next time. And go Raiders.
Go Raiders.